No, this is not a clickbait video. I'm not going to be like, surprise! I'm actually just going away for a weekend. The title of the video is indeed correct. I am leaving Arekkz Gaming.
I've always liked Arekkz. He was always one of my favourites. He was one of the guys that kind of inspired me to start putting content out. Many moons ago, when I lived in Dubai, before I actually got a console in my flat, I had a 3DS and I played loads. Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate was the first and only game I had for that machine. Arekkz was the only guy that actually put decent content out about this beautiful game and its depth and weaponry. He went through every single one of them. Not a lot of Western YouTubers were doing that. There was one called Kaiju Hunter, I think his name was Kaijin maybe, that Arekkz was competing with. Basically, Arekkz knew all of the cool tricks with a lot of the meta on some of the more popular weapons, and the way that he went through it and slowly took you up to the most complicated moves was really good, and the guy stayed on my subscriber list for a very long time. There's, you know, like a bedrock of people that you get to originally on YouTube, Angry Video Game Nerd being one of them, Arekkz was another one, and I think probably Angry Joe. But I digress. Why we're looking at the stuff scrolling down, we'll look at the numbers on the channel. When I found Arekkz, or when he was in his prime, 200,000, 500,000 was like the norm for one of his videos. And if YouTube has changed its ranking system to sort out videos on the toggle button, so you can no longer go to someone's oldest content. It's either popular or recent. It's fucking crap. But a lot of stuff barely breaks 50k on the channel now, even though they've hit 1 million subscribers. I'm not saying this is the reason Arekkz stepped away. The guy's probably sick to death of the damn industry. What has it been, 11 years? That brings me on to the point that Arekkz was Arekkz, the channel, and his voice is synonymous with all of his tutorials and his face. Not only do we share the same hairline, we also have great taste in third-party ARPGs. Bayonetta, Bridge of Spirits, loads of Platinum games. I know the back end of the channel's not going to change, but talking of back ends, let's talk about the absolute state of YouTube. Now, I want to be clear that YouTube is actually quite good for the end user. If you want to watch YouTube, nowhere can you find such a diverse amount of talent, right? Nowhere on earth, I'm being serious. You can read up, bone up on anything, or just veg out on the most brainless content available. The scope is absolutely ridiculous, but here's the catch. The really shallow and bad content seems to fall into the algorithm of the highest common denominator, which puts it at the top of loads of search results, which then snowballs the video, and the next thing you know, you've got this, like, if you pour a beer, you have this section at the top called the head, and it's basically what you have to get through on YouTube to be able to reach content creators like Arekkz or anybody else. Boomstick Gaming's one. They're hidden. We're all hidden under this layer of shite. And obviously, you've all noticed the correlation between TNA and massive numbers on YouTube videos, as well as the thumbnails. There needs to be an overhaul of this thumbnail policy, because it's ridiculous. How is my egg-like head ever going to pull in the numbers that a yoga woman does, who pulls up her leggings to under her armpits, so that if you squint your eyes, looks like she's got nothing on? It's all teenage lads trying to get around their parents' VPN and just watch a bit of soft porn and not get in trouble. That's all it is. There's billions of them out there, trust me. I know that. One guy down there, look at him, bless him. He's 22-minute full body gentle yoga. Then we're back to the norm again. What does this do to a content creator like myself? Well, I'll tell you. It breaks your heart every time you upload a video and then see other creators just race past you on numbers, and you've put 200% in. You've given up huge sections of your life to make sure that your content is as best as it can be, and you're met with the algorithm that tells you you need to put a pair of leggings on. I think Arekkz got sick of this. I think he just saw that there's too many bad channels smashing people that really put loads of time and effort into producing cerebral and decent in-depth content, and I really wouldn't be surprised if Arekkz Gaming full stop takes a slightly different direction after his departure. I am going to watch it so closely, and I'm also going to see what Arekkz goes to, because I'll be really interested in any projects or anything new that he does. It would be great to see the guy start his own stuff up on his own again. I doubt it. He's probably done with this part of the industry. That brings me on to these geniuses, and genuinely I really do feel for kids at the moment for role model aspects and just where to look for inspiration, and to see what some of these people get away with on YouTube. Some of the subjects they talk about, especially masquerading as children's channels as well, it's ridiculously bad. And parents, they don't have time to go through this content and fish out anything that's a bit untoward, but it's all over the shop and it's embarrassing. I've managed my whole YouTube career without, let me get this right, without a single short, and without really me being in the thumbnail making a funny face or putting any sort of crazy luminous colours in, or coming up with one of them "I quit, it's over, I'm leaving" titles. I really just want to inform my viewer so that they can make a better buying decision when it comes to PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 games. What the sidemen are offering on that front is anyone's guess. And a lot of people just swing around to me and say, "It's entertainment, you idiot. Stop moaning, stop being an old boomer out of touch man and just deal with it. It's all about luminous colours, screaming people, and jokes that are about as deep as Cyberpunk's police system." Jesus, I don't know where all that came from. I think maybe I've had a tough year. I think a lot of people have with YouTube's algorithm over the last 2 years. 2023, you know, I'll be here for it and I'll push the content out. I've managed, by the way, all of this with a day job going in the background for most of the time I've run the channel. Well, this was supposed to be about Arekkz, not you blabbering on about your own achievements. Well, let's raise a glass to him. He got me into this business and I'll stay here because of him, and I hope the best of luck to you, mate, and I will see you all down there.